Hello LEGO friends, Matt from Brooks here. Gonna take a look at a few little vehicle mocks I recently completed. Stay tuned, it's always fun to check out some cars. Vroom vroom. Alright, getting right into it. First I do want to acknowledge that the three cars I'm going to show you today were not completely of my own design. I was inspired to build these based off of another YouTuber that I recently discovered, so I want to give him a shout out. That is Officer Brick. And if you haven't, please go check out his YouTube channel. Got a lot of great little mocks that he's published over there in terms of city stuff, both buildings and vehicles. So I do want to give Officer Brick credit for the stuff I'm about to show you because a lot of the inspiration came directly from him. And I modified some things slightly based on my own, desires and what I wanted to do. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. Alrighty, so coming in first here, this is one of those classic 80s style kind of chassis that I built on. Again, I am a fan of that style. I do build the 4-wide vehicles, and this was something that, again, was inspired by Officer Brick's page there. I thought it was kind of fun to tweak this just a little bit from kind of a brick, very flat front style, and kind of put in a few curves. And I did that just by using some slope pieces here, and then this middle, I'm not even sure what that piece is called offhand, but it gives it a very kind of sporty look to it. But it's kind of amusing to me because it's got these nice little curves here. It has that nostalgic 80s feel to it, but it also feels almost kind of like an SUV or like a wagon or something, kind of a hybrid of that, because of the way the windows are structured here. So it's one more addition to the city, 4-wide vehicle, so you see this kind of driving around the city at some point. It does have room for some stuff in the back, and if I really wanted to, I could take out the seat rest here and put a figure in there to transport 2 people. But there is kind of my continuing nod to the 80s and early 90s style of building with 4-wide vehicles that I always enjoy. Let's take a look at the next one. So of course this one harkens to the more current style of how LEGO tends to build their vehicles. This one is using the more common 4-wide chassis piece, which I do have a number of things of, and it's kind of my generic go-to when I want to build some cars. This one, of course, is meant to be kind of a sporty style, open top here. And it's nothing too fancy, but it's got a nice kind of chic black style to it with the raised hood here in the front. Kind of the differentiation between the 2 different levels there. I do like that look. Looks great from the front. I wanted to use a trans blue windscreen here just to give it a little bit more color and difference from the rest of the car versus kind of the white lights here. And the back is pretty straightforward as well. It's got kind of a nice little slope piece here that could be indicative of maybe the top that kind of could flip out, or just a little bit of a spoiler in the back here as well. And then again, the back itself, very straightforward, nothing too fancy. And you could theoretically also fit 2 figures in here if I took out this seat rest as well, just to show you what that looks like. There you go. So you could do 2 figures if you really wanted to. But again, this is meant to be just more of a sporty car, somebody driving around with the top down, because it's always nice in Brooksville. But not least, I don't have a lot of pickup trucks in the LEGO City, just because I don't think about building them. And this is something, again, that was inspired from Officer Brick, so I wanted to go ahead and kind of build something to that same effect. And I wanted to try using tires that I don't use very often for builds. And as these larger balloon tires, they seem a little awkward in some cases on smaller vehicles, but I thought for a pickup truck like this, kind of a modified one, it would work really well, and I think it actually does. So again, this is also built on a 4-wide chassis. Not much modification really was needed to make this work. I just had to extend this out basically 1 more to get this back section built in here. We've got a nice little flatbed here, cargo bed where you can put some stuff in the back of the truck. Got a brake light up here, windscreen in the back, brake lights there as well. Nice slender tapering windscreen here over a nice long nose, which I think looks really good. It's got kind of a nice look to it from the front, I think. And then nice little feature they added on here were these additional lights, just to give it kind of a nice, more heavy-duty kind of truck look to it, in addition to the balloon tires that I used here. And I'm using one of these smaller roof canopy pieces here, so it comes off very easily. You can fit a figure in there just right. And then the back part literally just stays on and it holds that other piece right in there. The one issue I do have with this, I don't intend to play with my stuff, obviously. My sets, when they're in the city and my builds, they're just there for scenes and all that, and I enjoy building everything. The one issue I do have is that technically the balloon tires do catch on that one section right there. You can see it doesn't flow easily, but when it's in place, setting up a scene, you know, it's all good. It looks just fine. You can't really tell. I did not want to put it one more plate lower because I think it's already looking a little, it looks already low enough as it is that way. So I'm pretty happy with it as it is. So that's the pickup truck. Let me bring the other two back in. A little sports car and kind of a continuing ode to the 80s style building here with that compact wagon kind of design there as well. Once again, 3 different things here. Always enjoy building the cars. I think it's a good time, but my streets are just getting filled up with them, and I really got to get the city going more so I can put more things in there, fill up more streets. But as always, I hope you enjoyed watching that little review of these vehicles I recently built. Thanks as always to my subscribers in particular. Really appreciate all the love and support that you provide watching my content. Make me want to keep doing it. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment or thought below, hit the notification bell for when I put out more content, share the video, all that good stuff. As always, thank you so much for watching Brooks Bricks. This is Matt saying see ya!